And I'm gonna go ahead and go live on YouTube, and you should be able to hear the prison phone ringing when he does call in. And let me see, I gotta flip this around here. There we go. All right. So right now we're waiting for Javier. Javier is gonna be live on the line with us, and there it is. The phone's ringing.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima a... Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello, hello.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hey, what up? What up, Javier?
All right, Hamito. What you up to?
Man, right here. Hey, we're back. We're back to the regularly scheduled streams and whatnot. We just got back yesterday. Yesterday evening, we finally made it back from our world tour of the CDCR jacket, if you will.
That's what it is, huh? You're doing that, homie. Hey, you know what? That's what it looks like. Cause, hey, I swear, hey, that's such a good idea, bro. Because you're pretty much taking out the whole CDC jacket. That jacket is traveling throughout the whole entire the whole fucking world. The whole continent.
Yeah.
Well, this guy is not that. And not only that, you're taking little tours of a couple inmates here and there that get to experience that with you. So I think it's a good idea actually. And then you put some music on that last video.
Yeah.
You did that, homie. Hey, la neta, all the last 3 videos I seen, that's what I was catching on to. That's what I said, man, that's such a good idea. It's like that whole jacket is traveling everywhere. And then when you stand on top of, what was it, the railroads? Was it some railroads on one of them?
Yeah. That was at,
yeah. Perfect. And then on the plane, that shit is cool.
Hey.
Yeah, what's up? You already on? Is it on?
Hey, we're on already, my boy. We're on. So, hey.
Okay.
So, hey. Yeah. Hey, wait. And, fool, I did the confession right there, fool, at the Jersey Shore house, fool. When you went man down, you missed it, fool, when you went man down. Or not man down, but yard down.
I heard it. Yeah, I didn't see it. I heard a little bit of it. But, my man, the Huda was tripping. He was pointing the light at me, the flashlight, and it was like, come on, man, I'm not going nowhere. It's just a video visit. He's like, no, sit your ass down. I'm like, all right. That's why you can see my hand waving on the video.
Yeah.
My hand was waving. That shit was cool, though. But, yeah, man, right when it was getting good, man. And that's just an example. That shit happens all the time. And mostly when it's me. Like, every time you tell me, hey, call up at this time. I say, all right, cool. Boom, yard down. Yeah. Or no program. And then it seems like I don't want... Like, it seems like I'm just switching up. Like, I don't want to do it. No, it's never that. Ever. It's always something happening right here. But it happens to me more than anybody else. And Silence was just a witness of that. And I told him, you see that, homie? He goes, yeah. He goes, it happens to me, only me all the time.
Nah, you know what? It happens to somebody else. You know what? I think it happens to you a lot, fool, because you spend a lot of time on the phone, fool, and the video visits, fool, than anybody else.
Oh, yeah, it could be. Yeah, it could be. I could probably do the most, huh?
Yeah.
I'll be understanding the line, you know what I mean? Telling you.
But
yeah, well, actually, I like it. I like to see what's going on out there.
And you know how we were talking about the CDCR jacket, and I was talking about the world tour and taking it everywhere that it's been, and you recently dropped me a message, fool, and it struck with me, and I like what you said because you see the CDCR jacket as what was it? Was it as a symbolic, right?
Symbolic.
Yeah.
Symbolic. Yeah, symbolic, homie. It's a symbolic thing. Like us, that's like us. You're getting us out there. Even though we can see a little TV show and we can see little parts of the world, but they're just so fast, and it's just a commercial. And for half the time, they're not really giving you the righteous land, piece of land or whatever. You're just watching a movie and you think that's London or you think that's Germany. Oh, that looks like it's in Germany. But you're telling us and you're taking us, and we'll get to see this from somebody we know. Yeah. So it's a major difference. But yeah, that's the way I look at it. And it's such a good idea, bro. It's such a fucking. I mean, I'm telling you that. If that should, I think I wouldn't be surprised if we get so much people commenting on that in the same way I did.
No, mama's way. They're telling me that I'm a fraud, homie. I've never been nowhere. This, that, and that. And I'm like, what the what?
but they don't know you though. So people, you can't listen to those. Those are haters. They don't know you because you've been. What? Just because you didn't get in there and tell your hometown story, they gotta start. They gotta go to everybody's stories. If they missed the part where you did a little bit of time yourself, then they missed it. Homie, don't have that. They just don't. They're just haters. People that are miserable. Anytime you get a negative response on it, just remember it's people that are unhappy with themselves.
Hey,
so
now
people are unhappy with themselves.
Hey, fool, trip, fool, whenever I see messages like that, fool, I want to do that shit more, fool. Like everywhere, fool, we go, fool, like we're walking around, and then I tell my lady, hey, record me right here. I'm gonna put on the CDCR jacket or over. I'm gonna put it over here. Like, I'm gonna go in front of Elvis Presley's car. I'm gonna be at the Hard Rock Cafe, or I'm gonna be right here next to the ocean. But you know what? They're missing the message that I'm trying to put out, because, on one of the videos, I recently said that, people that are incarcerated, it could be the person standing next to you in the beach. It could be your neighbor. It could be this person. It could be your coworker. And I don't know. They were like, man, how can you be putting out that message? If you've never been nowhere, I don't have to be anywhere to know, that people ultimately, they come out from prison, and the majority of people that go to prison, they actually come home. So, and that's.
Listen, bro. But let me interrupt you real quick.
Go ahead.
You real quick.
Handle.
You actually been more places than them. What are they talking about? You've been to Germany. You've been to Japan. You've been to Barcelona. You've been all over the world. So and then plus you did a year in the county jail. What is their definition of nowhere, of somewhere?
My boy, because
when people are telling you that, they ain't been there either.
Hey, wait, it's because I guarantee you, I never been to a level 4 180, my boy. That's why, homie, I never been nowhere.
Come on, homie. That's not what that's called, bro. Like if you did 30 days in the county jail, homie, you're part of the CDC familia. You're part of the lockup familia because you did time, so you got a taste of it. So you don't have to do 20 years or 30. There's people that have been down 30 years and they still act like they're in the county jail. They never change, so that doesn't make no difference. It's who you are inside of your head, your mind, your thinking, your mindset. And yours is way beyond ours, I guarantee you that. Because you learned your lesson the first time, homie. So they got it mixed up. Just know that.
Well, you know what?
Whoever says that, they got to mix it up.
Just to set the record straight, fool. I mean, I wish it was just my, I would have figured it out on the first time, fool. But it took me multiple arrests, multiple, overnight stays, where there was in the halls, camp or in county, to finally figure out.
But that's what I meant by it.
Yeah.
It took you 5 times before they ended up giving you.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Oh, hey, Casey.
Like to me.
Hey, Casey said, Bella said hi. I forgot. My attention span is that of a squirrel.
Bella. Yeah, the little Bella. Hey, it was Casey's birthday 2 days ago, man. Let's all wish her a happy belated birthday.
Happy belated birthday.
Sing a happy birthday for her, but happy belated birthday, Casey. I got everybody together on this side of the room, and then they recalled the room. The yard went down, so boom, we couldn't even call her. I was so bummed. I couldn't even call her on the regular phone. Everything was up. And so, yeah, just so she knows that, because we all thought about her. We all got her a card. And she's so cool to everybody, you know what I mean? But, yeah, happy belated, Casey. And hello, little Bella.
Yep.
That's right, homie.
But
yeah, homie, going back on that, I hear what you're saying, right?
Yeah.
But everybody got like 5 chances. Like, well, not everybody, unless you get busted for something real major.
Yeah.
But everybody that gets busted for like little small minor crimes, they get order release 2 or 3 times before they end up doing like a year in a county jail.
Yeah.
So we all went through that. So yeah, you've been there. So when they say you ain't been nowhere, I mean, half these dudes that are out there wouldn't even spend 30 days in a county jail. So, and all the time, the majority of the time, these dudes are saying that they've never been nowhere. They just been places on TV shows and with their brothers and sisters. But I guarantee you, the person that's saying that hasn't been nowhere himself, because he would be in here. Put it that way,
Yeah.
So a lot of people try to carry the brother's clan. That's what it is, bro. They try to carry his brother's clan. Like, oh, because my brother did 30 years. You ain't been nowhere. My brother did. Yeah, but not you either. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, they don't listen to that, bro.
Like I don't like, to me it's like I just laugh. Like I read the comment, I'm like, damn, like
comedy. It's comedy.
like what are these people on? You know, like I would understand. Like for me, it's like this, fool. Like if I was putting that CDCR jacket and then I'm telling them like, hey, I did this, I did that, and I've been here and I've been there and I did this and I did that, then I would understand, fool, if they're trying to say that I'm trying to promote that life, but that's not what I'm doing. You know, if you listen to the message that's being put out, I've never, like, I don't glorify that stuff. You know, that's not something that I try to, focus on, especially
bro.
when we get into like your life journey.
Symbolic.
Yeah, pretty much.
It is, bro. You're bringing us prisoners. You're taking CDC prisoners and taking them on a quick little video visit with a little virtual tour. That's what I want to call it.
Yeah.
A virtual tour, because we're at the present moment, at the present time, live doing a video visit with somebody that's on the other side of the world. Homie, come on. I think that's awesome, homie. I think that's something that I wish a lot of people be able to experience that, you know, and it's, unfortunately, it's not everybody can't do that because it would take more employees. You would have to hire like maybe 100 people so everybody can get a chance to do that, you know. But
hey, I'm only one person, homie. You know, I'm doing what I can.
Exactly.
What I can.
I'm doing what I can. Yeah. So there's always gonna be haters. Como dice, haters gonna hate, and players gonna play. What's up, Romito? Nah, you're in. Nah, boo. Nah. All right, homie. Hey, Andy.
All right.
They're locking his ass up. But yeah, homie.
Yeah.
It be like that sometimes. That's all you gotta say sometimes.
Right?
It be like that sometimes. Yeah, it happens to be in here. Like half these dudes.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
They're meeting and they're thinking, they're like, say I go to medical, right? And then some cat sits right next to me and he starts talking to another dude that's in there. And we're all waiting for the doctor. And he's just saying, yeah, man, I've been down 5 years, man. You know, I already know what's up. You know, a lot of these dudes, they know where, you know. And then when they ask me, hey, what's up with you, OG? Like, how long you been down? I go, 30, 31, 32, going on 32. Like, oh, shit. But my point here is, if I would have never said nothing, or if he would have never asked me, he would have continued to talk, he would have probably been thinking, I got busted last year because of the way I carry myself. You know, I don't carry that tough, chingon persona, you know, I'm hella like cool and funny, and I just don't look like I busted great, you know? So people fall for that. So it's never in the way you look or the way you walk, homie. It's just some people are more humble and more cool, más calmado. Like nobody would ever think you did a year in the county jail. When I first started talking to you, I was surprised when he told me. I'm like, damn. So you're a perfect example of the change one person can make after learning the lesson. You know, maybe 2 or 3 times going to county jail, getting arrested 5 times, or maybe it took you 4 times. But the point here is that at least it worked out for you and you changed.
Yeah. Hey, but you know what? You know, and I just want to point something out because a lot of us, you know, we grew up in an environment that we had no say so. You know, our parents, you know, chose to, you know, live in certain parts of certain cities, and because you know it was the cheapest places to live. You know, so you know I go into this environment. And I don't know any better, you know. You see the things that are happening around you. You know, you got people, you know, participating in gang activity. You got people that are partying. You know, during those days it was like party crews, you know, tagging and gang banging. You know, so so you had to make a choice. You know, like what are you gonna align yourself with? What are you gonna do? Yeah, where are you gonna fit in? You know, or it's like. I'm pretty sure there was people that never came out their house. You know, their parents wouldn't let them come out of their house. You know, but in my case, they would get stuck in their house. And you know, I like playing video games, but I also like going to the street. You know, the street was fun. You know, even though it was dangerous.
Hell yeah. Yeah, and I got a little taste of that myself. You know, I was more into like everybody picks something. Which I think a pivotal moment is when you probably hit about 13, 14 years here. Right, 13 or 14, maybe 15 is where you're going to decide what you're going to do to like 20 or 30. You know, before you hit the county jail, because you're always thinking about the county jail. Because if you're going to juvenile hall, county jail is it's just right there on top of your head. It's like that's going to happen. Because if you ain't changing. And you keep going to juvenile hall, you know you're going to hit the county jail. I knew I was going to hit the county jail.
Yeah.
I just didn't know it was going to be for something so big right away. But, yeah, and so we all picked something. You know, I was in the party crew. I used to go to parties. I used to go to the clubbing. you know, and then from clubbing, you know, graduated to making money. And, you know, the way I was making money was just not a good idea because that's why I ended up getting caught up and doing all this time. But yeah.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Everybody picks what they're going to do, homie, and it's not necessarily to get in trouble. Everybody's real mission is to get away, right? I mean, you get out in the calles and you go to the mall. And when I was like stealing little clothes and all that, it was a little adrenaline and just getting away with it. And we didn't really care what it was. We just wanted to see if we could get away with it. So it's just little phases that we go through, and some of us never go out of them, homie. And you did, and like I said, I tip my hat to you, homie. Because that's the reason why you got that.
And another thing, well, you know what, fool? I didn't grow it. I didn't grow up. I didn't grow out of it, fool. I just changed the thing that I was doing, you know, because I was messing around until you know I was like in my 30s, you know, till I finally. You know, decided to really, you know, put a stop to it. But, you know, it takes a long time, you know, to actually figure out. Yeah.
And you get tempted sometimes, huh? Isn't there always there? Like, don't you get tempted sometimes? Like, okay, so for example.
All right. So, you know, these phone calls, they only last 15 minutes. And so, you know, after 15 minutes, they're automatically cut off. So, you know, he's going to be calling us back shortly. And once he does, then we'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and continue. And I see my boys in there right there. Man, you should call up, fool. Call me up, fool. We could pull your call in and we could talk about it because, you know, you were there. You know, when we were growing up, you know, we went through a lot of similar things growing up. You know, we grew up on, you know, the third in Vermont area, and that area was saturated, man. For anybody that's come out of that area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It just seemed like every other street, you know, was gang infested. You know, there was all kinds of stuff, you know, and activities going on and whatnot. And I'm just glad, you know, most of us, you know, were able to make it out of there alive. Cause, you know, only cause you didn't gangbang didn't mean that, you know, you had nothing coming your way. You know, I know a few people that didn't, you know, they weren't fortunate enough, like a lot of us that. And all right, there we go. We got that call.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello. Hey, before I forget,
Yes,
fool,
sir.
KC _ is asking, what's up? How's your toothache, homie?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm telling you, everybody's knowing it's bad. Like I done took maybe since like 4 o'clock, maybe no, since like 2:30, 3 o'clock, somewhere under. I mean, I told you I woke up like 5 times, but I done took maybe at least 12 Motrins, the ibuprofen and some Tylenol.
Yeah.
And it's barely like it's holding me back. I mean, it's keeping me from, you know, really being in pain. But I'm just waiting for them to call me. You know, once they call me, I know it's because of my teeth when I broke my jaw.
Yeah.
So it's pushing my teeth back. But I'm getting a little bit better. KC.
Hey, wait.
Thank you.
I'm surprised you haven't gone man down yet, homie.
I told you, man. Don't let it get too bad, because I get that bad. I mean, they were like 2 o'clock in the morning. Man. Every time the cops came by, I was like, should I tell them man down? And I'm like, oh, it was hurting. It was hurting. You know, and the cop, I was sitting down. Just every time he walked by, I go, oop, I missed my chance. He already walked by, shined the light at me, and kept pushing. I was like, oh, I should have told him. But yeah, luckily I made it to the morning, and I ended up getting some more ibuprofen, some of the painkillers. But man, them things don't work, bro. Like, who would have ever thought, right? Like a tooth in the front is gonna hurt that bad? Because usually it's like your molars, your back teeth, you know.
Hey, wait.
But
so we just got James Steeler fan in here. Chili lime.
Hey, I'm in the house. What's up, second James? That's all for him. Steeler fan.
Hey, that's my tocayo right there, homie.
That's right. See, now you got a tocayo, homie. I got a tocayo over here too. Otro Javi, otro Pancho.
He's been in here before. Fool. He's been he shows up normally.
Yeah, I know.
On. Yeah. Okay.
No, I know. I know. That's why I remembered, because he's a Steeler fan. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Angel? Remember the Angel, the abuelita de Batman Angel?
No, I haven't seen him. I haven't seen him. Nah, I haven't seen Angel. Yeah.
That was funny. You know what it is? Everybody has to readjust, because everybody got so used to doing the YouTube.
Yeah.
So when they started doing this way, when you started doing it this way, everybody had to readjust, and then they don't get notifications like they did with the YouTube.
Well,
so
you got to remember,
people get notifications.
So so my streaming hasn't been like the way it's been, kind of irregular, to before I went on the trip, going on the trip, it kind of threw everything off. We went to a few places in the last few months, so that kind of messed up my streaming. But I will say this, that I don't have any upcoming trips for the foreseeable future, if you will. So hopefully, we're gonna go ahead and start streaming more often, and I'm gonna be taking off a lot more time off of work, so I'm able to go ahead and and get more involved in doing these streams, capturing people coming out from prison, and all that good stuff. Recently, and I'm not sure if I shared this. As a matter of fact, I have somebody new. I have somebody new coming on. They're gonna share their story with us, today in the evening, but. I'm not sure if I told you, I recently was out there in Centinela last week, on Wednesday. I went out to do our second release.
Nah, you don't tell me.
I didn't tell you?
Yeah. No,
okay.
No,
that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. But yeah. So I was out there last week, fool. I went out there, and he was the only one that got released that day. 300 people were watching on TikTok, fool. I did it live. This time I did it live. So we did it live on TikTok, YouTube, and I recorded. But on the YouTube side, the audio didn't come through. On the TikTok side, it did. And we had 300 people watching. I was like, man, we were on fire that day. I mean, at least for me, that's the way I feel, because normally our streams get maybe like 50 people at the most. But on that one, the release, man, it was crazy. And then I was the one that picked them up. I was his ride, so we drove back to San Diego. We drove to the airport, and we missed our flight, because I was gonna fly with him to San Diego, so we missed the flight because when you get released from La Pinta, you don't have a California ID or a passport or anything, so you could a lot of people don't know this, but you could get into the airport and book a flight if you don't have an ID. It just takes more time, so it took us about an hour to get cleared to be able to go through security and board our flight. So we ended up catching a second flight, and I flew with him to San Francisco. I went with him, and
Hell yeah.
And it was a trip because one of his homies came to pick us up.
How was he feeling?
Right?
Hey, how was he feeling on the plane?
Man.
But hey, how long did he do? Like 10 years?
He did 10 years.
What was he like? Damn, I can't believe I'm in a plane.
He did 10 years.
I can't believe I'm in a plane, bro.
I recorded
Hell
that.
yeah.
I was asking him, I was like, hey, like, how do you feel? So I was recording it when we were taking off, and then when we landed, and then he did 10 years, and he had never been in an airport. He had never been on a flight.
He's not been on a plane?
No,
Esta
never.
llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I could imagine his face. I could imagine him, because I know I was scared when the first time. I ain't gonna lie. I don't care what anybody says. To me, I don't like heights. I was scared.
Yeah.
So I don't know how he was feeling. But yeah, man, did you guys sit by the wing? Did you guys get a wing seat?
So we got fortunate. So when we jumped, so we flew on Southwest. And Southwest has open seating, and the flight wasn't fully booked. So when I jumped on, there was somebody sitting in the aisle, and then the middle seat and the window seat were open. So we sat on there. So I sat on the window. He sat in the middle. And then we were just talking and stuff, and then we landed, because the flight's short. It's maybe like a little bit more than an hour, from San Diego to San Francisco. So it's pretty fast. And so when we landed there, his homie was there. He picked us up, and I still had some time before I was gonna fly back home. And so I hung out with them. We went down to the Mission District. I had never been to that part of San Francisco before. And his other homie came down, and then we went to some Mexican food spot. We grubbed really quick. I captured all that on video, and I'm gonna be releasing those videos, in the coming days and weeks and whatnot. But man, like it was cool to see that he had some good homies, that he was interacting with, that came to pick him up and to show support. after what he's been through.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and
homie, oh my God, I could imagine.
and they treated me like I was one of their homies. They picked me up from the airport, and then when we were done, they went to drop me back off at the airport. And man, it was it was a good feeling, all the way around.
Hell yeah, James.
Yep.
Yeah, you shot that, homie. Yeah, I like that, homie. Up close and personal, homie. And you know what? I'm pretty sure that that homies, they spread the word out. Like the homie Peralta, the homie from the stream, from my YouTube and TikTok that he be doing the stream. Hopefully that'll get some more viewers. So we could. You know what, bro? I want to see this become something real big for you. Even though right now you're just doing it because you really are doing it for us. Like I feel you go a little bit out the way and share a lot of stuff with us, homie.
Yeah.
And you're happy doing it.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Like hopefully in the future it could start paying back. Start giving you a little bit, so that way you can enjoy your vacation a little bit more without having coming off the pocket. Because I know a lot of it you come out of pocket. But yeah,
you know what?
Wow, that's
I'll keep on doing this as long as it's cool with my wife. Once she it starts creating problems, then I'll take a back seat to it. But right now, my wife is cool with it. We're just out in New Jersey area. We did some video visits. I was able to do like a video visit with Silas on the Statue of Liberty when we were taking off. Yeah. Then I was able to do some in the Big Apple. Then with you, we were able to do the Jersey Shore house, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. That was cool, bro. No wonder Silas wasn't like, because I was trying to get him in. That's who I am, bro. That's who I am. Every time I see something fun, interesting, I like to try to get other people in. I don't like to hog the screen like Mr. Gary. Remember Mr. Gary got hogged it for like 2 hours or something? Come on, Mr. Gary, don't stop. Give me 10 minutes. He tried to give me 30 seconds. 30 seconds there, bro. I'm like, man, keep that. You can have it. But I like to share.
Yeah.
I like to share. I like everybody. I like for all of us to enjoy and to feel what I'm feeling. So when I feel that might be interesting and I find it kind of interesting, I want other people to feel that. But I didn't know. No wonder he was like, nah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Nah, with Tito and Gary, we're actually they got to see. Tito got to see the subway system. Because he called me up when we're about to jump on the subway. Oh, he also got to see the 9/11 memorial, because that's where that's where we're at when he hit me up. Gary got to see he got to see a Times Square. So everybody got to see some pretty cool parts in our vacation. And then, man, you got the Jersey Shore story. You know what I'm saying? So man, that was
cool. Yeah, that was cool. That was cool. I got to see where what's her name got beat up on. Remember on the bed when they had her in that fight in the bed.
Oh yeah, Ron. With Ron, yeah.
Ron. And where Nuki used to sleep.
Yeah.
Nuki, man, and then
Snooki,
where they used to exchange. And then in that spot where they used to exchange.
The smush room, the smush man, the smush room, the smush room.
Yeah. Remember somebody touched the bed. No, don't touch our bed.
Oh, my daughter was gonna touch it, and I was like, hey, don't touch that. I was like, hey, don't touch that bed, because she wants to jump on it.
Hey, bro, I was trying to get you to jump on one of them, because I was like, where are you? You went from a store, and then the store turned into a house. Hey, bro, I think you actually walked into somebody's house, because I seen couches, I seen beds. I'm like, what the hell? Because it was a store in the beginning.
So Trip,
it just switched out.
So Trip, okay, look, this is how the way it is. So so there's a boardwalk, all right. So right on the front of the boardwalk, there's some storefronts, and then but on the other side of that boardwalk, there's actually houses. There's houses on the other side. So where that shop is at. Yeah. Right, I guess the person that they own that shop front, they also own the house in the back, so it's all connected. So I'm not sure if you ever saw Jersey Shore, prior to us visiting the Jersey Shore house, but
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
The people that were there, that stayed at the Jersey Shore house, what they would do is they had a jale, and their jale was at that shop right there. So there was shirts. It was like a t-shirt shop or whatever. They got like a bunch of different other things that they offer. Yeah. So the dude that owns that owns that business there, he also owns the house, and he's still the same owner of that business. So they offer tours, which I didn't know when we got there. But my lady was like, "Oh yeah, I know." I already knew that it's $10 per per tour, and I was like, oh, like that. I didn't even know. You know, I was clueless. Because look, like when we originally planned the trip to New York, we never. We weren't even thinking about going to New Jersey or to Jersey Shore to Atlantic City, but we were there.
That's such a good idea.
You know, we went to New York and we did like the biggest things in New York, which was like the 9/11 Memorial, the Statue of Liberty, and Times Square, and then we had one other day, and I was like, and then we started things to do, and then we're like, well, we're in Jersey, so and then we started looking up things. Then my wife was like, look, we go to Jersey Shore or Seaside, or we could go to Atlantic City. I was like, shit, well, let's do both of them. So we drove. It was like a 2-hour drive from where we were staying in New Jersey. And then we went to Atlantic City first. Oh, you know what? Hey, so we went to the Hard Rock Cafe in Atlantic City, and they had a receipt. What do you call it? A check that Tupac wrote out to himself for $200 cash, because I guess he needed some pocket money when he was in Atlantic City. They had like a bunch of cool little memorabilia right there. They had Elvis's Rolls Royce. They had man, I took a few different pictures of a few different things. They had some stuff that Kurt Cobain.
They got his house too, huh?
What was that?
They got his old house too. Don't they got Elvis's old house? Elvis. They got his old house.
His house is, I think, it's in Memphis. No, his house is in Memphis.
I think it's in Memphis.
Or Tennessee. Is
in
it?
Memphis, yeah.
Somewhere out there,
like that, but I've seen it on TV. That's what I'm telling you, the difference, right? Like what they show us on TV is not even as close to what you show us on a video visit.
Yeah.
Look, I don't even remember, but I remember they showed me something. It was Elvis's old house, and I already forgot where it was at. So that's a big difference, though. That's a perfect example of how much of a difference it is, you know. So when you give us these video tours, there's a major difference, because we get to see, we get to ask you and explain. You get to tell us and explain to us. That's why I was asking. I always ask questions like, hey, when was that at? Like the wood deck, the boardwalk.
Yeah, the boardwalk.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Remember, I asked you, man, that's all wood? The boardwalk, when you guys were walking in, that was sick. All that was made out of wood.
Yep.
That was miles and miles. That shit was tight.
And for anybody, for anybody's wondering what he's talking about, because I know some of you might follow, some of the video visits that I do and whatnot. Those video visits, I haven't posted them yet, so I'll be posting them. I'll probably start. I'll check if I have some time to edit some of them today and start posting them up today.
Oh yeah.
And then I like to release them in chronological order. So, I was able to do a few video visits. So I'll put them out shortly for anybody that's interested in seeing what they saw and what we talked about and those those things of that nature. But se va a cortar la llamada, güey. Si quieres llama para atrás and we'll go ahead and keep on going. All right, cool.
Back. Okay, call back.
All right. So he's gonna be calling back right now, and then we'll go ahead and continue. And let me see. And then if the James Steeler fan is here, he writes, "What up, bro? Saludos. I'm just working. Hey, man. Hey, good to see you in here. Really appreciate the support. And for anybody that's in here, I appreciate you guys. I know you guys have a wide variety of content creators or whatever, that you guys could go ahead and be watching at at any given time. So. My TikTok and YouTube and IG, it revolves around, prison pretty much.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
But yeah, man, that was sick right there. Like, they're gonna get to see. That that video that you made for me, the one that you sent.
Oh,
me,
yeah,
you
yeah.
Post that one up so they could.
Oh yeah.
When I waved my hand when the yard went down.
I actually posted it up. I posted up that day. That same day I sent it to you. I posted it up. Then I was like, man, I must shoot this to Avi, so you could see, because I like showing you guys the videos. Unfortunately, when I send you those videos, I could only do like 30-second clips at a time. So that was a 1-minute clip. So I had to split it up into 2, and you were able to see it, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I thought I was cracking up because I disappeared off the screen. I'm like, why And I had forgotten that the yard went down, man. So I threw my hand up, like I'm right here. You can see my hand waving.
Yeah.
I was sitting on the floor, and I kept trying to stand up. I believe I stood up like twice.
Yeah.
That's why you see my face, and then I kept disappearing. Then because the cop kept flashing the light on me, like, sit down, go ahead, man. Relax, dude. I'm not gonna hurt nobody. It's just me right here, man. I tried hard to plead my case. Like, come on, man. It's all good. It happened on the other side of the yard. Everybody right here is getting along. Let me just do this video with you. I couldn't do it. I couldn't convince him. But I was doing it all with sign language, you know. And like, come on, man.
Hey, wait.
Yeah.
So we got Juan right here on the YouTube side of it, man. And you know, I want to read out one of these comments that he just put on here for us. So actually, you know, he jumped on as soon as we went live, and he writes, Juan, he writes, "What's up, James? A live, I got time." So pretty much he's at work, you know, he's able to catch a live right now. And then he writes right now. He writes, "Always here, ain't found anyone as interesting as you on the prison topics." Yeah, because you know, we talk about other stuff besides, you know, prison. You know, there's so many other things going on in prison besides you know, prison politics, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I like that, bro. I'm glad he's real conservative.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And we also got Liz. She writes, "Good morning, guys." I mean, sorry, Liz. Luz. La Luz, wait.
Oh, La Luz. Hola. Buenas tardes, Luz. Oh, man, I ain't heard her in a while. Well, then I haven't been on in a while. But yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad she's still supporting.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's still supporting. And saludos al Juan? That was his name,
Juan.
Juan. I'm glad you like it.
Juan, the only one.
Or Juan?
Juan.
Okay,
Juan, the only one.
Okay. I thought it was one. Okay, I got it. Juan, the only one. All right. You know, I say that because everybody puts these handles on their name. So everybody likes to put little names on it.
Yeah.
So, like me, I think I would just go by my name, but that's right. Saludos al Juan, and I'm glad he realized he sees that, you know. And I hear that a lot. James. Like I hear, like, yeah, you go to these other channels, and majority of them are just telling war stories, or telling about, you know, what they did and when they did things and what they used to do and who they used to be, and you know, that's kind of like a little different on this side. We try not to glorify nothing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, at least I think we don't do it, and if we do it accidentally because we don't meet to.
Except, hey, my boy. Except that one time, you did that wheelchair pegada. That one, we.
You fired me. You fired me on that one when you put that little wheelchair dude on there. And my little brother was telling me, hey, I told my little brother parole, right?
Yeah.
He did like 9 years. And I told him, hey, check it out. And I gave him the plug to where to go to and check it out on YouTube. And then I was on the phone with him. He goes, I can't find you. He kept going. Keep going. He goes, hey, say something about a wheelchair pegada has gone bad or something. What? I go, no. And then I have to explain to him. Like the dude. Like, oh, man, every time people ask me about that one, it's a little uncomfortable because there was nothing wrong with the dude. He was just using, you know, the system. But having to explain the whole story, because it sounds messed up, right? But it's not.
Hey.
It's not. That dude jumped up and started boxing.
Hey, my boy, but what about that one time that you did that pegada on the one-armed man way?
No, I never did that one. Hell no.
Hey, you were thinking, hold on. Did I ever did a pegada with a one-armed man? It's the Biche Javi, güey. I'm just carrilla, homie.
Somebody was trying. Somebody got, yeah. Hey, remember I seen that poor dude with a black guy. Like, I was like, who would punch that old man with one arm, right? Like, yeah. Some cold-hearted dude. And then I'm thinking, yeah, everybody thinks you're cold-hearted because of the wheelchair. I go, yeah, but there was nothing wrong with that dude. That dude got up and he started boxing. He started, his little knee braces started making noise. Clink, 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 clink. He sounded like a little Robocop right there. Metal hitting, and he was rubbing his knees together. It was funny. The whole yard was laughing. They're like, that fool can walk. They thought he was paralyzed.
Hey, yeah, I'm not right, Javi. I ain't right, Javi, doing you like that with that wheelchair pegada gone wrong.
Yeah, it's funny because I got to explain myself every time. But it's all right. I'm used to it. It's a story of my life.
Hey, it's a good icebreaker, homie.
Yeah, it is. I always tell everybody that's the story of my life. You know, I'm the fall guy, homie. Here I am doing 32 years or something like, you know. Oh, man, I don't even want to go back to that. Every time I think about it, I can't believe it could be that cruel, right? Like, why are they exaggerating, man? Let me out already. Like, I've been doing good, and they still got me in here, bro. Like, with the toothache and everything. I mean, and doing time, like, what? and they won't let me out, like that one song.
Locked up, they won't let me out.
Like, let me out. Yeah. Hey, maybe that's a song you gotta put into one of my videos, homie.
Maybe I will.
Video, throw that song on there, homie. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. But yeah, homie.
Yeah.
See, that's why I like it, homie. We don't stay talking about just prison politics or prison life. We talk about whatever comes in, whatever comes to mind at the time,
Yeah.
And just spontaneously, and I like this kind of conversation. It's cool. Look, we already did an hour. And sometimes we do 5 hours, 3 or 4 hours, and we didn't even know we're on that long,
Hey,
and then I gotta go see the dentist, but they didn't call me yet.
Hey, wait, do you remember cuando there was an earthquake, way?
I get clowns on that one a lot. Because I was like, they're like, hey, you get scared? I was like, no. But they heard me, she's like, oh, shit. And then I admitted it at the end, though. Remember, I was scared like a little.
Yeah.
Man, I was deep inside. I was scared like a little. Yeah, I was scared. I mean, that thing was bouncing up and down, side to side. Hey, you know what's so funny is that they don't make it a big issue over here. Like they don't make big news over here.
Well, you know what?
First time I see that.
I think it has to be. I think it has to be like a certain amount. Like on the Richter scale. I think like 3s, 4s. That's like a normal. That's an average day. I think like if you get like a 9 or a 10, then that's when it's gonna be all over the news because that's gonna really cause some damage, a lot of property damage.
Yeah. Spend some nothing. Hey, but you know what? The last one was like 4.6, no, 4.7. You looked it up for us, remember?
Yeah. But it has to be big. I think it has to be. I'm telling you, it has to be like a 9 for a 10 for it to be all over the news. That's when it's gonna get like world. It's gonna be world headlines. It's gonna be all over the place because something like that hits. It's gonna be all bad.
Hey, how about the one in LA? They just had that one in LA not too long ago. That was like a 5 point. No, wasn't like a 5 point. Wasn't a 5.1 or 5.0? Was it? Like about 2-3 weeks ago.
Yeah. I don't remember the exact, the magnitude of it, but I do recall, reading about it.
Hey, maybe it looks scarier to us in here because we're in these big buildings, right? And if you look out the door, if you happen to look at your door, the center of the building is moving one way, and we're moving the opposite way. And all the windows, all the light fixtures, everything that's hanging off the ceiling, it's shaking. It's going side to side, so it kind of gives it like it makes it feel probably more bigger than what it is.
Hey, and
that's what I want to think.
So right now, Casey _fan puso, I guess it was in Bakersfield, and Luz put that it was a 4.4, I believe.
Okay, damn, see, I almost hit a 5 point. Yeah, but that was pretty. I heard it was pretty big too. But yeah, every time it happens, man, I always think, oh man, here's this, because I'm pretty sure that's in everybody's deep down inside. Everybody thinks about it as soon as it hits. The first thing you think, ooh, is this gonna be that one? Because supposedly there's gonna be a big earthquake, and I like, man, you never know when it's gonna hit, right? So that's the first thing I think about. Yeah, but every time it happens, I think that way. And that's why when I tell you, I get on the door, and that's how I conquer my own fears, is by trying to make myself laugh, and I get on the door and I clown. And there goes this big one, agárrense, and I get on the door and I start clowning. And you hear crickets. Everybody's all scared. Crickets, everybody just under the bed and shit.
And Juan just wrote on the YouTube site. He wrote. I didn't even feel it. I live in Bakersfield. Para que mires. And después Luz wrote, Javier, I'm still waiting for my drawing. ¿Qué onda? ¿Qué pasa, homie?
Hey, that just happened to you. It's happened with everybody. It happened with James. It's happened. It's like the luck of the draw. Like, I don't know what happened, but like I sent something to London. They got it. Biddy K got hers. I sent Casey like photos. She got hers. And like it just depends what officer's working on that room. I guess I think they'll be stealing stuff. That's what I think. Serio.
Hey, so
there's nothing else that explains why.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And we just got Nando.
Yeah.
Nando finally showed up again, and he writes, "Sup, James? Send mines to the homie."
Armando. That's the one I asked him. His name was Armando? And he said, yeah. Huh?
Yeah, that's him.
Nando.
Yeah.
All right, homie. Saludos.
Hey, you know what?
The weather's pretty nice.
And for anybody that's listening right now, feel free to ask any questions. If you guys want to know anything about Javier, you know, that's why he's on the line right now. You know, if you're interested about prison or stuff that doesn't have to do with prison, you know, feel free to drop a comment in the chat, and he'll go and answer it to the best of his abilities, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah. I'm just right here chilling. I'm like, instead of being in a holding tank, I'm waiting for dental. So whatever time I got into, the door open, so I'm here, homie. You know, I'm kind of scared of the dentist, right? So low key, I got this little anxiety, I'm feeling some kind of anxious feeling right now.
Hey.
Because anytime it's a dentist, I think nobody likes going to the dentist. I don't want him pulling my little tooth out, the one that's hurting. Oh man.
Dispensa on the teléfono. We got a question for you, my boy. We got a question from Horror is Life. Is he out of state? Are you out of state, my boy?
No, I'm in state. I'm in California State Prison in Centinela.
That's right. And then
I know why she asked that. I think I know and I understand why she asked that, because some of the California State prisoners were sent out of state. Remember when they went to Arizona and New Mexico,
Mississippi? Yeah.
I'm in state. Yeah, I'm in state. I wish I was in Arizona. They got boom boxes over there. They got radios. They could have PlayStations. They could have all kinds of stuff over there. Right here,
I heard about that.
Like having speakers. Yeah, that's why I take care of my speaker. Every time I leave my house, that's the first thing I gotta hide is my speaker. Every time I go to school, I prepare my house for like a big major search, and I hide my speaker. I wrap it up and I hide it real good, because I can't be without that.
Hey,
have my music.
Do you know what level points or what level that you could be on in order for you to be able to qualify for that? Were the level 3s and level 4? I'm assuming level 4s weren't eligible for that. Do you know about level 3s?
No, yeah, they were.
Level 4s were?
No, level 4. Yeah, level 4 was eligible for, but you couldn't be a lifer.
Oh, okay.
Because some of these prisons didn't have.
Like the fences or
room for. Yeah, they didn't. Yeah,
they were not equipped.
Had different protocol.
Yeah,
there you go. They weren't equipped to. They didn't have a 180 design. In other words.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that were doing a life sentence for a certain crime, they had to fit a certain program, and they didn't have those kind of programs in all the prisons. That just tells you how messed up California is. That like every other state is willing to, be a little more cooler or not so tough and so mean with our doing our time. I don't see nothing wrong with us having speakers on our TV, or having little boom boxes. We used to have these little boom boxes, the Sony Explode. We used to be in there knocking.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
And now they took everybody's speakers. Nobody can have speakers. They want us to use the earbuds. And there's a couple floaters, floater speakers, and that's what I've been having. I paid like about $80 for my speaker, and I was scared every time they come search. The only thing I'm scared of is losing my speaker. Ain't that something? Homie? Imagine that. Like some people are scared of losing. See, I don't no longer partake in nothing illegal. So back then I would be scared of losing my phone. When I got busted with the phone, I'd be scared of losing, like when I was carrying other stuff, and I had different fears. Now it tapered down to just a speaker. So every time they come, like the only thing I worry about is losing my speaker. But they're pretty cool about it.
Hey, se va a cortar, güey. Llama para atrás, güey. I got 2 more questions for you. All right. So right now, I see 2 questions. I have one question from the TikTok side, and then I have another question from the YouTube side. So right now, when he calls back, I'll go ahead and ask him these 2 questions and see what the answer is. And these calls are obviously they're live. Fortunately for me, the state of California at the current time, they're offering free calls to anybody that's incarcerated. So I'm definitely, trying to maximize that. Hopefully, it stays like that for the foreseeable future. But who knows? They might revert back to the way it was before. So I'm definitely trying to take advantage of these phone calls whenever they can make them. All right. Is he waiting to go to the? Yeah. So I guess he notified them that he wants to see the dentist, and he's just waiting for them. They're just waiting for he's just waiting for them to pull him out of his cell so he could go ahead and see the dentist. So, and there he is.
This call is now being recorded.
Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado en de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not... Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello. Hey,
Yes, sir.
so I got a few questions for you. I'm gonna read up on Nando's question on the YouTube side, and Nando's asking: is it true that the inmates are playing sports with the COs now? Do you know anything about that?
Oh yeah. So they had they ended up canceling it in our yard because the other yard wasn't gonna do it. So they wanted every yard to do it, or else they weren't gonna do it. So the only thing they were gonna take with us was like horseshoes, non-contact. Horseshoes, pickleball, anything that's non-contact. And yeah, it was going to happen, but it ended up getting canceled. But yeah, some prisons did it though. I don't know which ones, but yeah. They're just trying to make, I don't know. But yeah, that is true though. They tried it. I know they didn't do it here, but some did.
All right. Gracias for answering that. And I got another question over here on the TikTok side from Horror is Life. And she's asking, so when is his out date? When are you eligible to come home?
I'm still technically a lifer. In order to get an out date, first you got to go to board, and the board's got to find you suitable to go home. In other words, you get a suitability hearing where if they feel that you're ready and you pretty much you don't think like the way you think when you got busted. You're not doing no criminal thinking or none of that. You pretty much understand your inside and all that. Then they give you a date. And usually it's like 6 months. So once you go over there and they say, okay, so you got a date. So it'll be like 6 months from that date. I know my neighbor leaves probably next week, I think. Stranger. Remember Stranger? I think he's gone next week.
Oh, that's what's up.
So, but yeah. So pretty much that's how it works. And I'm still a lifer. I don't got an out date yet.
Hey, and what was your original sentence?
My original, man, I picked up time in here, boy. My original sentence was 15 alive. The 6, yeah.
Yeah.
The 6, and then I ended up picking up 9 more years in Lancaster. So my original life was 15 alive, and I ended up with 31 alive.
So you picked up. So your original sentence was 15, and then you picked up more time, and they brought up to 31 to life.
Yeah. I ended up with a total of 31 to life. Yeah. And what's crazy is that first you got to do your life sentence. So first you do your years that don't have a life.
Mm-hmm.
So I got busted in '93, and I didn't start my life sentence until the end of '99. So I had to do 6 years before I start my life sentence. That's why I'm still in here, because mine started late. You don't get to do your life sentence first. First you got to do whatever they run consecutive. So if they run it concurrent, yes, they're automatically running all your whole time in one bundle. But mine was bow-legged. They call it bow-leg.
Yeah.
So if you get busted, if you get 3 crimes, you got to do the time for the ones that doesn't carry life. And after you do the time for that, you start your life sentence. It's pretty messed up. But yeah, I didn't start. I got busted in '93, and I didn't start my life sentence until '99. Crazy. That's the way it is, though.
And then.
Unfair. ¿Qué no?
Hey.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, but California, yeah. What's up to California, yeah.
Pues that's why right now in California es un desmadre. It the situation is right now, man.
Bad.
It's Yep.
They don't know what to do, bro. They found out a little too late. First, they did that discovery that they figured out that the average brain don't develop until at the age of until after 26. After 26 years, then you're supposed to be responsible for your whole life, whatever you do. There's no excuses. So they're saying that anybody under the age of 26, because their brain was not fully developed, they decided, all right, let's give these dudes a chance. That's why lifers got a chance to go home now. Before, nobody was going home. And that's the reason why I was messing up. I was like, what's the point of me being super good when I'm never going to go home? So I was quick to jump to any fight. I wasn't shooting nothing down. You know, anybody call me out, I was quick to go to it, you know. And now you got to have a different mindset. You got to try to be nonviolent if you want to get out of prison. You got to study. It's a lot you got to do, because they're not just letting anybody out like that. You got to show that you understood and that you're willing to be like a contribute to society, not take from them, you know. But yeah, pretty much they figured out California was exaggerating about the times they were giving people. You know, like if you were in a car with somebody and somebody does a crime, you're just as guilty as the guy that was driving the car. And he just picked you up for a ride. Like you called him to give you a ride somewhere, and he got in trouble, and now you're doing a life sentence because you were with this dude, you know. So it's not like that no more, though. California, it changed a bunch of laws. The way they sentence people, it's not going to be as bad no more. But by now, the damage is done, because now they got so many people they got to release, you know. Now there's a bunch of people getting out, homie. They're closing prisons. They're closing 5 more years this year. So yeah, they figured it out. It's like, wow, we have more prisons than colleges. You know, it's crazy.
Hey, and I'm gonna read out some more comments right here on the TikTok side. We have let me see. Let me see on this. We had one from Gus. Let me see on this. I lost him. Well, Gus from the SGV. He's sending saludos from the SGV from the San Gabriel Valle.
All right.
And then
in the house.
And then Luz wants to know. She wants to know what's your date, if you have a date for the parole board.
Oh, so I go to board in 2026. I was supposed to go this year. So my thing, when last time I went, they denied me 3 years. So when they deny you 3 years, you could put in for an advancement for half of that. But mine's they didn't approve it, so I got to do the whole 3 years. So I don't go through 2026. By then, I've been in prison 33 years. So I might end up giving them 33 years for sure. That's for sure, you know. Then if they don't give me a date that time, then I got to come back 3 years after. So if I don't get a date this time around, that'll be 33 years. I'll get out in 36 years.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Hey, you know what? Let me ask you something, because you know how I mentioned to you earlier on that I was recently down there in Centinela, and I recorded Jeremiah's release, and somebody put a comment, you know, on his video, and they wrote something like that their husband had been down since he was 14. He was 29, and he recently got denied and they gave him a 10-year denial. In your experience from seeing getting a denial for 10 years, you know, what are some reasons that people get a 10-year denial opposed to like a 3-year denial or a 5-year denial or a 7-year denial?
Okay, good question, homie. And this is the difference. This is a big thing that a lot of people don't know. Okay, so for example, you got a girlfriend, right, or you got a wife, and you've been with her 20 years or 15 years or whatever the time, right?
Yeah.
But you're constantly fighting with her, and you're arguing with her, and you're threatening her, and you keep falling off with her. These tablets right here were put more for them than for us. They get to know who we are through these tablets. Everything you do on this tablet is you can't delete nothing. I don't know if you guys know that. You can't delete pictures. You can't delete text. Everything is being programmed. So they're pretty much documenting your whole life in here. So when you go to board and you're trying to play the Mr. Oh, I changed, I'm not, but wait a minute, why do you keep threatening your girl? So I know a lot of people that got denied because they were threatening their girl. They were being mean to her, and they were, and I heard it's out somewhere in the internet. The person that it happened to is telling the story. Handle.
No, I don't even know what that sound is. I looked up like, what the hell was that? I don't know what that. I don't know. I'm like, what the hell?
I thought that was
Did I win
something? But yeah. I'm like, did you push a button? Did you get a new item right here that you hooked up and you forgot?
Nah, you know what?
Homie,
I think somebody was trying to. I think somebody was trying to join. I think somebody was trying to join the stream.
Okay. Yeah, so that's good. I'm glad to ask that question. You know how many times I walk by people's cells and I hear these dudes going off on their girl? Ugly, homie. Like, I can't even say these cuss words in here because I don't want us to get in trouble. But I walk by like, whoa, and you call her your girl and you love her? You talk to her that way? You know, and then they smash the tablet on the floor and they break the screens and they go crazy in there. And all that's being documented. So when they go to board and they try to take all these hundreds of the, you know, let's say 50 certificates and 20 self-help groups that they went to, that's just not going to matter because your attitude and your actions are showing otherwise. You could bring me all your certificates and you could try to manipulate the system. It's not going to work because they're going by what you're doing in this tablet, homie. What you're saying on the phone, how you treating your mom, how you treating your brother, how you treating your wife. That matters. That shows your growth. Or
hey, you know what?
Diminishing growth, whatever.
And right now that you mentioned that, you know, I think that that's become a hot topic, you know, lately, you know, with the tablets and whatnot, because, you know, I read some stories, you know, that'll pop up on my front page on TikTok where you know, ladies are talking about like their husbands got denied because the board of parole found them, you know, not suitable because of the messages that they've been sending between each other. You know, they were trying to line up stories. Yeah. To you know, to try to sway, you know, the board of parole in their favor, and it blew up in their face, and next thing you know, they lost their date and they got denied for X amount of time.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
And that's pretty much how that happens, bro. Like, if they see that, look, there's nothing you do in prison that they don't know you're doing. I don't care how slick you think you are. I can guarantee you that because I've been in here 32 years. I started my 32nd year. I'm 2 months into my 32nd year. That's a long time. That gives me brownie points, and it gives me the excuse to be able to tell you that's how it is because I've been in here that long.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, there's nothing you do that they don't know that you're doing. So I don't care how sick you think you are. Somebody's always telling on you. You just don't know it. If you go to board or until you go to your committee or till you get like a gooner and come and tell you little hints like, hey, YANEZ, so like that's happened to me so many times. I knew somebody was telling on me, and I stopped doing everything because of that, homie.
Yeah.
Not only that, I want to go home too, so I stopped. So yeah, all these slick wikis that think that they can get away with still playing both sides of the fence and they think they can get away with all that, it's not going to happen. Mm-hmm. You can't play with them. They train them to see your attitude, your character. They could detect lies. All these commissioners that are going there, they're just not just picked out of nowhere, homie. They train them. They train them to detect people being deceptive and being a little, you know, trying to manipulate. They could point that out. They could pinpoint all your lies, homie, and you're not gonna beat them to it. So the thing to do is just leave. If you want to get out, you got to stop. Do you know what you got to stop doing? Every human being knows what when they're doing something wrong, and that's what they got to stop doing. I'm talking about the ones in here. You know, like mine was. I had an addiction of making money and selling drugs, and I was all up in the mix, and I had to stop. You know, and I knew that's what's going to keep me in there, so I had to stop. So yeah, that's what's going to happen, and that's how you get these 10 years denials. Not bad. I took it long.
No, you're good. You're good because you're providing a lot of good information, and a lot of, you know, people, you know, come in here because obviously, you know, they want to help their, you know, loved ones come home, you know, sooner than later. And sometimes, you know, they're not informed, you know, like I'm not informed on a lot of this stuff too, but I'm always trying to learn, you know, new information that you guys are providing me with. So definitely, you know, with you shedding, you know, some light on possible reasons of people getting denied. And it's something that people don't think about, you know, because you're so used to, you know, using your phone to text people and make phone calls and whatnot. But, and you know, even though the when you're making these phone calls, it says that these calls are being called, monitored, and recorded. A lot of people, you know, I don't know if they forget or they get comfortable or whatever. Yeah. And then they're trying to figure out, you know, why they got denied.
Yeah. Their anger gets the best of them. You know, they're like, oh, they're just random recording. No, homie, they got the technology to record every single call. So if you think, oh, these calls are just randomly recorded. Oh, wait, I got something interesting for you guys. And Biddy K just told me this. So I was talking to Biddy K maybe about a week ago, and she was telling me that there's somewhere in prison general where all the prison channels are, there's one channel where it says you get to listen to.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
they got a channel or a YouTube channel where it's nothing but inmates conversations with random people.
Yeah.
And you get to hear everybody's comments. So not only do like our calls, once like us, especially us felons, we forfeit our right to privacy.
Yeah.
So we don't have a privacy thing. So all our conversations could be like, if you could be talking to your girl and you know,
it's public. Hey, you know what?
Everyone, yeah.
So, you know what? So what I want to throw out there is that in some states it's public information. You could just reach out to the state and they'll provide you with all the call records for whatever inmate you're asking for. California's not one of them because I did double check to check if I could get some call records, but they won't provide it in California. But I think like Texas, I think is one of them that might provide you with the call records, call logs, and phone numbers that have been called. So there is channels. There is channels that pick up or that post people's conversations that. All right, so the call got hung up. He'll call us back, shortly. And a shout out to Rosa 619. Much love from San Diego, Califas. Highly appreciate it. And for all of you that are liking the channel or hitting that like button, really appreciate it. And for those of you that are aware, we actually also have a YouTube channel, and on the YouTube channel we have playlists for any individual that's come on currently, in the past, or that's gonna come up on either TikTok or YouTube, and it goes through the life journey, from the first memory as a kid all the way through their childhood and through the system, whether it's juvenile hall, YA, and state prison, boys ranch, group homes.
This call is now being recorded.
Es Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged.
5.
Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Yep.
Hey, so I want to read off a comment for, because I know you like comments from San Diego, from the 691 area. Yeah. And we had a comment from Rosa 619, and she wrote, much love from San Diego, Califas.
That's right. 1904. Rosa. Yeah, I knew a Rosie from Logan Heights, from San Diego right there in Logan Heights. But yeah, I sent my saludos a la Rosa.
That's right.
Yeah, man. I'm right here wondering whatever happened. They were supposed to call me for a dentist, man. That's not cool. Like, I don't know, we're going on a whole what. Remember when I called you? Right when I called you, they had that crack the door, talk about getting ready for dental, and they still ain't open the door.
Hey, homie,
I feel that toothache coming back on.
Hey, they're working on they're working on island time, my boy.
They're gonna bring the gurney, homie. They call the ambulancia.
Hey, my boy, you can't be going on a gurney, fool. You gotta walk yourself out the yard, my boy. Bad luck if they bring you out on the stretcher.
Oh, boy, what you telling me? I'm probably the only one like that. Hey, I'm probably the only one that refused to go man down. I ain't never gone man down. The cops have to do it for me. They're like, hey, you gotta go man down. I'm like, no, don't come man down. They're like, why? He goes, man, that shit's embarrassing. No. No, we have to. I'm like, oh, well, yeah. You do it, not me. But yeah, I ain't never done it myself. I don't have it in me to do it. Yeah, I can't go out like that. And that's crazy because I almost passed out. I almost died that one time, bro. And yeah, there was other inmates calling man down for me. Like, man, that dude was real sick right there when I had messed up my back and I was in the hospital.
Yeah,
it was bad.
Hey,
but yeah, homie. Yeah,
it's a Rosa 619 wrote a message right here. She wrote, my man is the second striker. By the grace of God, he's been out for 21 years.
Wow, lovely. See, it's doable, homie. He's a perfect right there, homie. See, people don't believe. People, you gotta believe. Like me, I lost all the urge to get in trouble. Like when I was young, like I used to look for. I used to get some kind of rush, some kind of satisfaction out of making fast money. It's another addiction. So I knew getting older, if I wanted to get out and I want to stay out, I had to change my thinking. I had to change my mindset into like, okay, no more fast money. I'd rather work because I'm right here getting 11 cents an hour. If I could get out and make $20 an hour, I'll be happy, right? The minimum wage should be at least $20 by the time I get out. And so, yeah, I don't think like that no more. And that's the reason why he's probably still out there. I bet you he's got a nice job. He's been doing good and he's happy. So it's doable. He's a good example of an inmate changing, for the better.
You know what? And right now that you say that about 11 cents, I want to share, a thought that I had one time, one of the last times that I ever hit LA County Jail. And that thought was, I'd rather be on the street making peanuts than making peanuts being locked up.
My God, bro, like, that's like New Age slavery. Like, how cold are they? They work you hard. Imagine, if like, say today, all kitchen workers decided, I'm not going to work. Like, there was some kind of strike, right?
Yeah.
Who has to work, right? If the enemies ain't working, they got to hire people to go cook the food and get all the food ready to do our laundry. If we all struck and then we get a strike not to work, imagine, they have to hire and spend more money. But look at how much they pay us, bro. Like, that's not cool. There's some pay numbers that are 7 cents an hour. The lowest, I think the lowest was 6 cents. So the highest right now is $2 an hour.
Hey, but didn't they?
Caretakers.
Didn't they eliminate some jobs recently because they boosted everybody's pay up?
Yeah. yeah. So okay, they boosted up the pay number, but they eliminated like half the jobs are gone. There used to be like 12 porter positions, and now there's only 3 porters.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
Yeah, it's just hard. I'll tell you what, it's hard to make a living in here. Like, if you don't have nobody looking out for you, you have to pick up a hustle. Like me, thank God, I know how to do a lot of stuff. I know how to fix radios. I know how to draw. I know how to tattoo. There's everything. Right now, I got 2 antennas, digital antennas I got to fix, and I got to make a remote control. And that's going to give me like $30. So, thankfully, I got that. But that came with time. I had to learn that myself. There was no school, no vocational teaches you how to do all this. But, yeah. But some people have it good. But, yeah, if you don't have nobody and you're getting 11 cents an hour, plus your old restitution, so I was bringing in $2.75 a month when I was a porter. It's crazy, huh? $2.75.
Damn, and what did you use to spend that on, my boy?
Yeah. I would just save it for like 3 months, and if I didn't have no money, I'll wait till I got like at least $20-$30, and then I'll go buy like some soups and coffee. But I always had like right now. I mean, this whole month I made like about 190, almost $200 in little hustle money. I got everything right now. I'm good. But if I didn't have no hustle, boy, that would be hard. I mean, that was barely enough for like one small bag of coffee or something.
Hey, but just to clarify on this, because just in case the Board of Parole, hears this is not actual money that you're making, right? They're paying you with like soups and other like items, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, because I don't I don't want them to think that it's like free world, cash that
No. And you know what? The board don't really trip on that, and not even there's no really, they don't trip on you hustling in your little artwork and fixing it, because it shows that you're marketable. If you was to get out today, then you'll be able to make a living out there. So me, if let's say I get out when I'm 80, right, and I keep my little knowledge about electronics and fixing stuff, I could still be out there and I'll be able to fix little things here and there. Things break all the time, homie. Somebody breaks a refrigerator or something, whatever, a television or a phone, whatever. I can fix it. I've been known to fix cell phones. I've been known to fix tablets. I fix all that, And sometimes it's easy. It's not as hard as you think it is. So, yeah, I think they encourage that you pick up some kind of hustle, because it shows that you're willing to work for yours, not just fucking sit here and just take hand-me-downs and whatever you get from the calles. So I think it's a good reputation to have that you hustle in here. So when you go to board, they're like, oh, that dude, he fixes radios, TV, he draws, he tattoos, even though they don't want you tattooing, but at least you're willing to work for your money.
Yeah, I don't think they want you tattooing, homie.
Yeah, I don't do it no more.
Yeah.
I don't do it no more. But what's so crazy that? So let's go on to that little quick conversation about tattoos, right?
Yeah.
So if it ain't illegal in the streets, why? So my question is, if it ain't illegal in the streets, why should it be illegal in here, right?
You know what?
I don't get it.
So
it's your own body.
I'll throw my 2 cents on that one, and it's because it's not so. Okay, so when you're in the streets, you have to get certified, to be able to handle needles and dispose of them correctly. And then you got to think, in prison, who's switching out needles, who's handling that stuff correctly, because if the wrong person is doing it, man, you're gonna have a bunch of infections, or possibly some other
Hep C.
Hep C, and I don't even want to say it, but I think that's one of the main reasons.
For the record, I was doing brand new needles.
Oh, okay.
Hey, for the record, I was doing brand new needles. I use a guitar string. Hey, we use a guitar string. We get the guitar string, and we take the outside layer off of it, and in the middle, it's got brand new. It's all stainless steel, so they're clean. They're not dirty at all. But you can burn the tips, but yeah. Just for the record,
yeah, but I'm pretty sure there's some sucios in there they'll use the same needle over and over again, and not giving a not giving a crap, like all they want to do is get their canteen and make those few dollars and then go on to the next person, and then you're infected with something that's not curable, and now for what?
Yeah. Hey, but let me tell you this. People are real careful in here. People that are going to get tied on, they go and get their own needle. They get it brand new. And if you want to be for sure, what you do is you buy a brand new beading needle from a religious package. Because you can use beading needles. You just tie it to the old needle, like an old regular extension, and you tie it with the string. And that's what I was using. I was using beading needles.
Yeah.
And they're brand new. So I'll tie that to the bottom of the guitar string, so that would be an extension. And then the bottom tip will be a beading needle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I knew for sure. And people would get their own. It's up to you to get a brand new needle. So everybody, like, I know when I started getting tied on, I went and got my own needle.
Hey, let me ask.
Sure it was brand new.
So right now, since we're in the topic of tattooing, it sparked the thought that I had been thinking about the other day. So I know back like in the mid 2000s or early 2000s, body modifications were big. In prison, is that something that's still taking place? And what I mean by that, so I had a homie that when he went on his first term, he got like he had these marbles that they made out of, if I remember correctly, out of the the dominoes, and they would make like these little balls, and then they would make like a cut under there.
They call it some kind of a king author or something like that.
Oh yeah.
That's the name of it.
Yep.
Yeah. A king something. Oh, I got a king author. What is that? I got marbles in my leg. Who put it? Another inmate? I go, yeah, that's gay. I'll pass. I'm passing on these. Gracias.
Are they still doing that? Hey, Rosa 69.
Hey,
Rosa 619 put, ew, my ex had them laughing out loud.
Yeah, bro. Hey, they got that in the county jail. All they were doing was getting a toothbrush. They were sharpening the toothbrush, and they were telling me, right? Because I never had it done. I never seen it. I wouldn't want to see it. What the hell for, right? But the fools that got it, they were explaining to everybody, like, yeah, the homie grabbed this, and they just coming with a toothbrush and just pushed them in there. I'm like, yeah, that's crazy. I'm good. That's crazy, huh?
Hey, Melinda.
Yeah, but I don't hear it too often no more.
Hey, Melinda, right? You're laughing out loud. Yes, they do.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
What she said?
She said, laughing out loud. Yes, they do.
Yeah, laughing out loud. Yes, they do.
Yeah. It's crazy, homie. Like, people are like, I don't know, man. You got to be like real. Maybe there wasn't. Maybe they were cut short, They didn't deal them with proper card or something. No le dieron algo macizo. They need something to enhance. But yeah, I guess if you feel you might need that, more power to you, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't. I wouldn't even risk it, especially in here. Imagine.
Yeah, I can't take that right either.
Going wrong and then you end up losing it. Right either. No. Yeah, it's crazy, but yeah. So yeah, all that's dying out. Even the tattooing, you don't see tattooing in prison no more, hardly. You really don't, because they put these cameras on. They got cameras everywhere, so you don't want to get a write-up, But people still, when I was in Kern Valley, like, people were able to sneak into people's cells and like, during day room. Like, you go in there and you get, like, 2 hours of tattooing. So, yeah, but, like, that's pretty much dying out. People are now removing their tattoos more than getting tattoos. Like me, I signed up for a tattoo removal. I'm trying to get, like, most of my stuff on my head off, like the stuff that goes down to the forehead, trying to take that off. I'm trying to take out the names in my hand. Yeah, I'm trying to clean up a little bit before I get out. If I get out, I already told you how I feel about getting out. You know, like, I'm not going to be sitting here walking on eggshells and trying to be super good at the same time, like, not living, every day worrying about what I'm doing wrong, what I'm saying wrong, you know, what's the board going to think about this, what's it going to do. As long as I'm being me, you know, and I think that's the secret. You go out, and the board sees who you really are, and they're going to let you out. But if they can see through if you're not being real and they can see that you're trying to manipulate, they catch it. And you're just going to keep getting, I think that's how you get these 10-year denials. When you go in and try to play the party, you give them like 100 certificates and all kinds, you just sound way too good to be true, like super Gucci, like, oh, nah, homie. They're going to see through that. You know, me, I only got 5 certificates in 30 years. There's people that got 50 certificates in 6 months or 1 year. Like, wow, how'd you guys do that? It took me 30 years to get like 5 of them. But yeah, it's crazy, huh? That's unheard of.
That's
what I got, homie.
And right now on the chat, so we had let me see, Melinda, she wrote they had infections and skin reactions to them. I think that would be like my biggest concern, you know, when it would come to all of that. And then on the YouTube side, we have my boy. He's tapping in from
Barcelona. Un restante de 60 segundos.
He's tapping in for Barcelona, and he writes, "What's up, homie?" And this is my real life homie. Like, we know each other from like back like in the
all right, what's up, homie? That's the one you went to go visit, right?
Yes, my boy.
Homie, the one that ticket to the club. I was like, hey, homie, I heard about that day when you went to the club with the homie. I heard about it. And like, if anybody could get you to drink 1 cup, it's gonna be him.
Oh, you know what? As a matter of fact, I did have a drink with him. Yeah. We went to some bar, and we got Happy Go Lucky, and she writes, "Saludos to you guys, Javi." And she actually changed her name. I forgot what her other name was now, but she was there when we were talking about La Puerta Negra.
Oh, snaps!
Yeah.
Hey, that's cool. Hey, so how's the homie doing over there in Barcelona? Is that the one that was working? What was he doing? A chef or something? What was he doing over there?
Yeah, hey, call back. Se va a colgar, güey. Se va a colgar. All right. Yep. All right. Yeah, hey, it's good to see you, my boy, on YouTube in the chat, man. Really, you know, I appreciate the support. And Javi should be calling back right now. Once he calls back, then we'll go and continue with it. Man, what are you doing up right now? Isn't it like 10 o'clock right now? Isn't it like 10 p.m. in Barcelona right now? It's a little bit on the late side, que no. Anyhow, for those of you that are new, we actually did some video visits when we were out in Barcelona. If you want to go check them out, if you go under my profile, you'll see some video visits that we've done, you know, throughout the world. Let me see.
This call is now being recorded.
Global Telling. Usted tiene una llamada prepagada de
Javier Yáñez.
Un individuo encarcelado de la prisión estatal de Centinela, California. Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada. You have a prepaid call. You will not be charged for this call. Para aceptar esta llamada, diga o oprima ahora el 5. Gracias por utilizar Global Telling.
Hello.
Yo.
Hey, wait.
Yes, sir.
And we also got we got Sanchez 818 Hush Money. You remember the Hush? Remember when you were telling me about when you were telling me?
Oh yeah. I was trying to get somebody to write something, man. Like, man, if I was out there, bro, I would have made some shirts right away. Hush Money, like, and throw somebody like just dishing off Fedia, the Hush Money after the Hush Money trial.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's cool. He remembered that. Huh?
All right, Sanchez. Sanchez 818. Every time he taps in, he puts puro Hush Money, and he has me cracking up, man.
Hush Money in the house.
Shirts coming out soon.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, I'm telling you, homie, I'm surprised nobody made something of that, you know? All it takes is a good idea to make money.
If
I would have had the little investment, bro, I would have jumped on that, homie. Because that was a big thing. Everybody was, hey, and it's like if nothing happened, right, the dude still might become president, right?
Hey, he just got indicted. He just got indicted again. Yes, I think today.
I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
but I don't know any of the specifics or anything. Tampering of the election.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, man? Man, politics is a real thin line between a lot of people. You know, I don't know if you ever heard this saying, a famous saying that like, never talk about religion, sports, and politics with none of your friends, because not always is everybody gonna agree with your opinion about things, right? Because those are real things, real sensitive to people. Like some people are like Trumpies, and I don't get why you're a Trumpie. Like that's not crazy. Like to me, I was like, God, you gotta be hella crazy, because all of them are so out there. It's like they're smoking something, you know?
Hey,
like, it's weird.
Hey, Javi, I'm gonna tell you something.
I don't mean it that way.
I want to share something with you. Hey, those are three things I know nothing.
Yeah.
I know nothing about. I don't know anything about sports.
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I don't know nothing about sports. I don't know nothing about politics, and I don't know anything about religion. So hey, we're not gonna have no conflict.
Yeah, exactly. You're good, and that's messed up because I know a little bit of everything because that's how they feed us to the TV. They're like, I hear you couldn't run away from the news if you tried. Every other channel they're talking about the news. Every other channel they're talking about Trump and Hillary and Biden. Every single day, homie. And they just like force feed it down your throat, like here. And you sit here and you'll be surprised how many inmates in prison are into world politics now because of this. Especially this prison. That's all they got for you is nothing but news. All day. This and Tehachapi is nothing but news all day. You get maybe a little movie here and there. Well, that's how I buy the movies on the tablet. But even then, how many times can you watch the movies on the tablet, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I kind of like it. I got there's a lot of things that people are not aware of that's going on, and so. But like I said, it's never a good idea to talk about it because I wouldn't want to get like another listener on the other side that might be listening right now, not being aligned with my beliefs, so I wouldn't want to start nothing. So I kind of shy away from politics, talking about it too, But I'll come in for a little bit and say something about it, and then bounce back out.
Vámonos, a hit and run.
Yeah, because it's a lose. You're gonna lose.
Yeah.
It happens in school all day, every day. People are always with Trump. Then you got the ones that are like, oh my God, I get the headphones and I throw the headphones on, I turn on the computer and I block everybody else. I don't want to hear it, but it happens.
Hey, so I want to read out some of the comments right here. So from the TikTok side, it's Sanchez 818. Pone, don't trust anyone but yourself. And horror is life writes. Yeah, but he's full of knowledge because he's got a lot of time to learn.
Yeah. And thank you. I'm glad. See, and that's exactly my point. So a lot of us in here are so aware of what's going on throughout the whole entire world because they got us in these little rooms with the TVs, right? So what do they feed into the TV? They feed a bunch of stuff, but you got to learn to whether what you want to believe and what you don't want to
filter.
Believe. So it's hard. Yeah. So you got to filter. You got to have your own. You got to have a strong filter, and don't let nobody convince you for nothing. You make up your own mind about stuff, and I think that's the safest way because how much you indulge in it. If you overindulge, it's just like people that overdo it on the Bible. So you just got to dabble here and there. So I get a little bit in the morning, then I get a little bit of nightly news, and then I'm done. I'll go listen to music. I'll work out, but yeah. But every time I turn that TV on, it's on, so you can't escape it. It's there. Yeah.
Hey, and you know how I was talking about my homie that lives in Barcelona. He wrote some comments over here on the YouTube side. And he wrote, hell yeah, I made it, homie, finally. So it was 8:46 when he wrote this message. I'm hoping when he says that he made it because he had recently been looking for a new job, and I'm hoping that he was able to. I think hopefully he was able to land a new job. Because it's different. When he tells me how the job market works out there, it's a lot different than the U.S.
Yeah.
Like over there, like here in the U.S., you could go apply anywhere, and you don't need to have any type of degrees, like any type of knowledge. If they like you get in. And over there, it's not like that. Like a lot of people, they go to college and you gotta get something on paper to actually get like a good paying job. And then out here when we get paid, or most jobs out here, or I'm used to getting paid every 2 weeks. Out there, you get paid every month. Yeah. Like every 30 days, and then they try not to pay you overtime, and they try to take advantage of you, especially if you're immigrating from a different country because you don't know any better. Yeah. So he'd be sharing that stuff, and I'm like, damn, man, it's tough, starting new somewhere else.
Oh, wow! So you got to budget your money pretty good because you get paid once a month, right?
Yeah.
You gotta be. Woo. Yeah, I can't. I think 15 days is good. It's long enough for me. Right here is every 15 days, no?
Yeah.
Like that?
Fool, you'll fool, imagine they pay you every 30 days, fool, you'll blow through all that money like in the first week, fool. Then what are you gonna do for the other 3 weeks? Wait.
Hey, you're telling me, homie, I'm super bad with money. If you give me 30 G's, I'll spend that in 2 days, homie. That's dollars. I'm gonna go party. I'll wake up hungover somewhere and say, "Hey, dude, where's my car? Where's my money? Where am I at?" Goners, everything's gone.
Hey, wait.
Yeah. Hey,
Hey, so my homie wrote, and my homie put, he said, "Not like that, homie," because you know how he put, "I made it. I finally made it." He said, "I made it. I made it to your life." So he's not. Yeah. I'm thinking that he made it in Europe.
Because he was having a hard time finding it? He was having a hard time. He wasn't catching a live.
He can't catch it, because of the time difference. You know, he's 8 hours ahead. So right now it's nighttime already.
What time is it over there? You got him up late at night?
It's 8:50.
What time is it over there?
It's 8:55 p.m. So it's about to be 9. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Saludos, homie. ¿Cómo se llama, homie? ¿Cómo se llama?
Right here on YouTube. On YouTube, he goes by Marbello.
All right, Marbello. Saludos, homito. You got a good friend right here, homie. He was telling me about you, and I'm trying to catch that route. I'm trying to figure out how you got it done. I'm trying to go to London.
That's
I'm trying to go live in London, homie. So I need the same little. I think I got to apply for asylum and all that. Dude, later on, man. I remember you told me a little bit, James, on how to go about it.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to bounce. California, Atehuacho. Like all they want is just keep you in prison, homie. Like they just so petty about the crimes, and it's just ugly here, bro. You know, I love California, but not enough to stay. You know, I'm trying to bounce. Homie.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go somewhere else, you know.
Hey, you know what? Maybe my homie's up to it one day. Maybe he could come on and kind of share his experience, you know, of how it is to immigrate to a whole different country, you know.
Yeah, I asked you. Remember, I told you one time. I go, hey, bro, why don't you have your homie tell the story on how he ended up over there? Because that's unheard of.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't get that done. It's aventado, homie. I don't know how to say that in English. He's a go-getter, maybe that's the way to put it. But like he did it. Like he flipped that coin and he took that risk, and look at it. Man, he's not doing too bad, right? He's doing good.
Yeah.
You know, every so often you got to switch jobs. Yeah. But I mean, to me, bro, as long as you got a roof over your head and you're eating, maybe not lavishly, but you're eating and you got some nice new shoes and decent clothes, you're living. You know, I think I'll be happy with that. The most important thing is a roof over their head.
And the best thing for me is I got an excuse to go to Europe. Like, hey, I tell my wife, hey, I gotta go visit that homie. You know, he's, I haven't seen him in a while. Can we go to Europe?
Hey, bro, everybody's always asking, like, damn, why is that? Man, that fool be going all over the world, man. How does he do it? And I be trying to tell him. I go, that the homie knows how to travel. He knows how to use all these traveling points, and he knows how to build up points in the flying and all that, so he don't pay. Like, just he knows how to. It's like using coupons.
Coupons.
Right?
Yeah.
Like people know how to use coupons. He uses the same thing. He knows how to. Every time he flies and he pays, he saves his little points. I don't know how it works, but he just knows how to do it. You know, and that's a gift, homie. Because you're traveling all over the place, bro. Like people are thinking you're like some kind of millionaire. Well, you gotta have money to do that.
Hey,
so, well, I don't know. I mean,
I'm traveling.
Back,
I'm traveling. I'm traveling in economy, my boy. I'm over there like packed like sardines next to the luggage way. But hey, whatever. What? I don't care. Like whatever, 10, 12, 13 hours or whatever. Once you get there, you've already done the hard part. The hardest part, and that's when the fun begins.
Hey, so you go on the little. I was thinking that they just had it on the news that one of the airlines was accidentally selling the tickets that would usually go for like 20,000. Was actually selling them for like 3,000 or 2,000, and a bunch of people flew out like in beds and like little rooms and all that. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, it happens sometimes.
Accident.
Yeah, price mistake.
Have you gone?
Nah.
Have you ever gotten lucky like that?
Nah, you know
They got
what?
Hey, so they got
The
tight, huh? They got like rooms.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
rooms
those are expensive. I can afford that. Fool, I'm on a budget way. Don't fool. I'm trying to get those $500. I'm trying to snag the $500 flights, fool. You know.
Hey, you go under the. You go on. You go
I'll
on
be
the
in the
bottom where they
cargo,
got-
fool.
where they put
I'll
all
be
the
in the
dogs
cargo,
out
fool.
on the cargo. Hey, what's that called when you go under the cargo and you go illegally? What's that called? Stoner, or there's a certain name for it. When people
stowaway,
sneak
a stowaway.
into the plane.
A stowaway.
Stowaway, yeah. You go as a stowaway, homie.
If I could, I would.
Nah, but you're doing it, homie. You're doing it, homie. You're doing it right. Everything's good, man. After this, después de esta plática no vino tan buena. I'm gonna ask about general food because se está haciendo tarde. I'm not trying to miss the shit before they leave at 2.
Yeah, for sure.
But after this one, if I come back, if they don't have it, if I go, because I'm asked to go over there. They're not calling me, so I'm gonna knock on the door now. I want to go over there. I want to go check.
Yeah.
If they're not here today, or if they already left, I'll come back. I'll call right back.
Fool, si no te lo vas a tener que arrancar, my boy. Go get some prison players, güey. Y vámonos, güey. Te lo sacas, güey.
Man, homie,
get some
you don't
dental
even
floss,
know
fool.
how far I've gone. Like,
Get some dental floss, fool.
I think that's how I got it worse. I think that's how I made it worse. I was flossing too hard. You know how when you floss, some teeth are too tight to get the string through it? I think I flossed with the floss sticks, and when I pushed down, it slid into my gums. I pushed down too hard. And ever since then, it's been hurting. So I think from flossing, I ended up causing this little injury on my teeth. It hurts, bro. Like, man, I've been taking, my stomach must be full of ibuprofen. Man, like, I must have at least 12 pills
But you know what?
It's like 2, 3 o'clock in the morning.
You can't be drinking that many ibuprofens. I think you could it's only a certain amount that you could drink within a certain amount of period. Because if not,
Esta llamada y su número de teléfono será controlada y grabada.
I'm not a doctor, so
And that's why
this is not medical. This is not medical advice that I'm providing you with, but I think it messes up your liver.
No, but it's the truth, though.
Yeah.
Oh, bad. No. What it does, it eats the liner of your stomach, because that pill sits all the way to the bottom, and it scars your stomach, your little the thin little skin on your stomach. It's called the liner or something like that. So that's why I chew them. So not only do I got to take these pills, man.
Le queda un restante de 60 segundos.
Hey, so right now,
Right now,
are you gonna go get at the cop right now, or cómo está la cosa?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, after this one, I'm gonna go bounce and do count. I'm trying to catch them during the count.
Okay.
They're about like 7 cells down. But yeah, homie, I'm gonna do my outro right now and try to jump on this, and then when I come back, you don't work today, huh?
Nah,
we
ma.
got video visits. We could do a video visit. We got day room at 1. Too.
Hey, hell yeah,
so
for sure. Hey, let's do it.
Back and, for sure. Okay, yeah, I got you. So no later than 1:15, I'm on.
Okay, all right, cool. All right.
So I'm trying to take care. Okay, pues, you guys take care. Y saludos a todos, everybody that's on. The homie, what was the name again?
Marbello.
The homito
He wrote laters, dogs.
In Barcelona. Laters, homito. Everybody, I'm trying to remember all the names. Rosa, everybody.
Harold is live.
Okay, pues,
Sanchez 818. Casey underscore. Jaime, Steelers fan. Anyhow, hey, I really appreciate you guys, joining up and listening to this conversation and whatnot. And like I said, I'm gonna be back at around like 5:30, 6 o'clock. We're gonna be doing a new interview with one of the new connections I made recently. So if you want to tune in and check that out, check out his life journey. How he ended up where he's at and what he went through. Growing up as a kid, he went through YA. He lasted out for I don't know, it was like a few weeks, and then he caught his life case. So if you're into listening to things like that, definitely suggest you tuning in. And with that being said, like I say around here, last like a candle. Once you blow it out, it's lights out. And with that, we're out. A rato.